What's going on, guys? Season 2, Episode 11, hashtag GSM for GM. I'm Graham GSM Matthews, right here in WWE 2K23 MyGM Mode. Hope you guys are doing well. We got our big follow-up show coming off the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view last week, which was quite good, in my humble opinion. We're going to be following up on the show tonight with a not-so-big show. I mean, it is, but it's not. So, we're going to be watching this Tag Team Tornado match. I know I said last week, we watched this a week or two ago, this exact same match, except without the tornado stipulation. I really do not want to watch Cora Jade and Whitney Quaid. No offense to my own feud. I like Cora Jade. Don't even know who the fuck Whitney Quaid is. She's obviously a jobber made for the game. You guys don't want to watch that. It's going to be over in like 2 minutes. I know we've had a feud going on between the two. It's a fine undercard women's feud. I'd much rather just watch this. So, we're going to watch this, but we do have a big show. Cora Jade and Whitney Quaid are going to be facing off in a rematch. Shawn Michaels and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shawn Michaels, by the way, the new Intercontinental Champion, taking on their rivals Ilya Dragunov and Sami Zayn in tag team action, tornado tag team action specifically. In our opener, Roxanne Perez defends the SmackDown Women's Championship. She just successfully retained at WrestleMania Backlash. She's putting it on the line again against Bayley, who has yet to get a shot of the belt. She's going to be going for the gold tonight against Roxanne Perez. GM interference from Mick Foley. Spoiler alert. I would watch that match, but Bayley wants Mick to get involved. Maybe Roxanne gets pissed. I don't know. But that's going to be happening tonight. And then also in our main event, Bobby Lashley makes his in-ring debut on SmackDown against one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles. Little run-in action from Luke Gallows, who put AJ's partner Wesley on the shelf a couple of weeks ago. He's going to want revenge for AJ calling him out of the pay-per-view. As far as the promos go, Brock wants a piece of LA Knight. And LA Knight, after losing to Matt Riddle in his in-ring debut for SmackDown at WrestleMania Backlash, He wants to take a bite out of the beast. That might sound weird, but he wants to challenge one of the supreme athletes on the SmackDown roster, that being Brock Lesnar. So it's going to be LA Knight calling out Brock tonight. I will very likely do that match next week. All three of these matches, actually. Rhea Ripley calling out the newest acquisition to the SmackDown roster, Bianca Belair. I think she's going to be cleared next week. They're very likely going to go one-on-one in Bianca's in-ring debut next week here on SmackDown. Matt Riddle will call out Finn Balor. Balor is also rumored to be cleared next week. He wants the match that he was supposed to get a Backlash next week here on SmackDown, and Balor's cleared. And that's our show. I already did all the logistics and whatnot, manage roster power cards. Let's see. To the Moon, only usable on superstars with less than 60 popularity, plus 15 popularity to a superstar after their next match. I'll probably use that this week. I'll probably use that now. You can only use it on one. Well, Bobby's at 59. I thought it would just randomly assign it. That's interesting. LA Knight being a 53 is fucking criminal. I know we just signed him, but I mean, the smart part of me would do that to Luke Gallows, but I don't give a fuck about Luke Gallows, and he might only be around for a couple weeks anyway. I mean, before we use it, let's look at something. Let's look at the free agency. I know we've signed a bunch of people lately. I'm not seeing... I would sign Carl Anderson. That was my big hope, right? Like, we thought Carl Anderson would be on free agency, and we could sign him one of these weeks. I'm not seeing him, unless he's on one of the other shows, and I'm just not aware. Let's get out of here. So fuck that. We're gonna use it on LA Knight. I want LA Knight to be higher in popularity because he's just great. So let's use LA Knight. LA Knight's popularity will increase by 15 after their next match. Do you want to proceed? Actually, wait. So we have that, right? That's in the inventory. He's not wrestling tonight, so we'll use it next week. Ooh, wait a second. A GM interference booked on this show will provide an additional +2 show bonus and be free to book this week. We do have GM interference. We should use that. All right, yes, let's do that. Perfect. Reduces the probability that a superstar will become injured in their next match. Looking at the stamina. Someone's stamina is pretty low, I forgot. His stamina is fucking 80. 30 for Roxanne. I should probably do it for Roxanne. Yeah, Roxanne's like crazy low. Otis, I don't know how he's 27. Well, he's not on the show tonight anyway. We'll do it for Roxanne, because Roxanne's the champ. We don't want her getting hurt. We'll do that tonight for Roxanne. Cool. Awesome, and then we'll use this next week. All right, we don't use that many cards typically in one show, but we're going to use it tonight. Promised AJ a main event match this week. We're doing that. Doing this next week. I don't know if he's going to win his next match. It's not really my problem. And that's about it. Okay, cool. I think we got a show, folks. Let's go on in. We're in Boston, Mass tonight, by the way. The same city that Dynamite's going to be in this Wednesday, actually. The same city I'll be in on Wednesday for Dynamite, which I'm looking forward to. So I think we're good. Confirm booking. I'm always scared to press confirm booking, but here we go. Again, so we're only going to be watching the Tornado Tag Team match. I'm not watching Whitney Quaid and Cora Jade. I just feel like that's a fucking, who cares, match. So we'll watch the Tornado Tag, although we watched that tag team match a couple of weeks ago. Let's see. All right, we'll simulate here. Roxanne, for just a note here, she just beat Rhea Ripley at the pay-per-view. Charlotte is not on the show, but she is pissed that she has yet to get her rematch for the championship. But Bayley's getting GM interference here. It might be a title change. We'll see. 1, 2, 3. Bayley is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Great match. Mick Foley, myself, the GM, helping Bayley become champion. Wow. Interesting. So Roxanne's back in chase mode. Charlotte still does not have her rematch, and she's not happy about that. Maybe we'll do a triple threat coming up next. That's probably the most likely destination here. So we'll probably do that. LA Knight calling out Brock Lesnar. New rivalry. All right. Interesting. All right, well, we'll do their first match next week. We're not even waiting until the pay-per-view. We're doing their first match next week. Maybe we'll try to culminate it at the pay-per-view. Cora Jade and Whitney Quaid, mid-card, one-on-one. We're not spectating, we're simulating. 1, 2, 3. Cora Jade gets her win back after losing to Whitney Quaid. Now, this is a new rivalry? Didn't they already have their first match? A couple of, that was when Whitney was she was a babyface, so it wasn't a feud. Now they're actually feuding. Really? Okay, whatever. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. New rivalry. All right. Okay, so we're going to spectate this. Here we go. I'm liking the direction here. We're going to do our first matches in these feuds next week. I like the idea of these feuds culminating at whatever our next show is. I forget what it is, but whatever it is, we'll have to run back Rhea. I mean, that's the thing, in real life, you would save the first ever encounter between these two superstars for the pay-per-view, which I have done on occasion, but it just doesn't make for a good rating show, which I'm not going to obsess over. But I just feel like it makes, I don't know, I don't want to completely fucking bomb here. Here comes Sean. I saw the Titantron and I'm thinking, oh, it looks good in the Intercontinental Championship, by the way. I saw the big screen and I'm thinking, is that fucking Karrion Kross? Is he in my show and I just didn't realize that? Here comes his partner, Nakamura. They don't have Shinsuke. How do they not have the Shinsuke intro in the game? That doesn't make any sense. Now, what are these? I don't know what they were chanting. They were chanting something. And here comes Sami Zayn. No Intercontinental Championship. We got a lot of feuds going on right now. I mean, maybe not actual feuds, game feuds, because it just doesn't recognize as when I want to do feuds, which I get. But we got these. We got everything booked for tonight's show, and then everything we're promoting for next week. I think that helps when we add more people to the roster, obviously, which is it's a good sign. All right, bell rings. Tornado Tag Team match. Shawn and Sami going right after each other. Ilya and Shinsuke going right after each other, as rivals do. Nice Russian leg sweep that I know too much about from my LA Knight WWE Universe Mode. If you haven't already checked it out, by the way, it's up right now here on the channel from Friday. We did episode 2 of WWE Universe Mode with LA Knight. That went up on Friday. My quick chat with Vinny Del Negro and Del Curry, NBA legends, NBA alum, not alumni, that is. Alum is singular. That went up on Friday, so check that out. Saturday, my SmackDown audio review from a very good show on Friday night. My SmackDown Lowdown review that same day. Yesterday, we had my Collision review, which I was not intending on doing. We did that yesterday. And a Dark Side of the Ring review. So a lot of videos from this past weekend. If you haven't caught up yet, please do so. A lot more content coming here to the channel as we head into SummerSlam IRL in the next couple of weeks. All right, shameless plugs aside, let's get back into the match here. Shinsuke got Sammy. Ooh, nice leg. Oh, we got going after Shawn on the outside over there. And what I like about this, too, is that Ilya lost to Shawn in Shawn's first singles match on SmackDown several weeks ago. And I was going to say Sammy beat Nakamura to retain the title, but he didn't. He beat Riddle at our first pay-per-view, but he beat Riddle at SummerSlam. And I was going to say he beat him in the first... Did he beat him in the... We had an Intercontinental Championship tournament. I have my notes here in front of me. Let's see. Sammy beat AJ Styles, and Wesley beat Chad Gable. Nakamura wasn't even in the tournament. I think we were going to do Riddle... I think I did Nakamura calling out Sami Zayn on a show. Or did we... I'm trying to see here. What was the pay-per-view? Sami Zayn. No, Sami Zayn beat Riddle to retain the championship. Okay, so we've never done... I don't think we've done Sami and Shinsuke yet. If we have... I don't know. I have so many notes here. I'm not exactly sure at this point. I feel like we've done it, but I just don't remember. Anyway. Sammy, nice drop kick to Nakamura on the outside. You would think the rivals would be going after each other here, but I guess not. What's Sammy doing? Oh, he's got to go stop Shawn. He thought Ilya had it, but then he left before he could do anything. This helps, though, because if there's a pinfall... I actually like this more than a regular tag team match, because if there's a pinfall in the ring, the other two wrestlers are bound to be busy on the outside, so there's a much less likely chance they'll be able to break it up. Ooh, face first into the turnbuckle, nice. Ooh, forearm to the back. He's got him in the turnbuckle here. He's got the arm. He's stretching it. Ooh. Repeated strikes, goddamn. Oh, he's got a boom. Lays him out. Dragunov going after Shawn in the ring. Nakamura and Sammy. Oh, nice clothesline from Dragunov, by the way. The Shawn Michaels, he's got him pinned. 1, 2. Oh, that would have been nice. If he pinned the Intercontinental Champion, that would have been a big, big win for him. Sammy, nice STO, and he's got him in the submission. Can't see what's going on with the other two. Doesn't even look like he's wrenching on it. Oh, no, he got out of it. I thought he tapped for a second. Dragging off with the fucking chair. Oh, my God, the back of Shawn. Jesus to the knee. That knee that he needs for the Sweet Chin music. Sammy takes care of Nakamura. Sammy swoops in with the pin. 1, 2, 3. He got it. Shawn gets pinned by the former champion Sami Zayn. Dragunov doing the work, though. That was great. I like that. All right, they're acting all buddy-buddy right now, but that's not fucking realistic. That was nice. That makes perfect. I love when shit comes together. Sami Zayn takes care of Nakamura. Dragunov. Amazing match, by the way, which I agree. I mean, the match was like 5 minutes, but still. Amazing storytelling. Just to recap here, because we don't do replays, I guess, here in the game. Dragunov took care of Shawn Michaels, and he beat him down with that chair. He beat him down, he beat him down, he beat him down. He would have had him beat. Dragunov attempted to beat, Shawn earlier in the match and pinned him, and Michaels kicked out. If he pinned him, he would have won. But Sammy's swooping in, his tag team partner is swooping in because he wanted to be the one to beat Shawn Michaels because they are the rivals, and Dragunov might not be too happy about that. I like that. I was thinking before we even got that finish, I'm thinking a little fatal four-way action with these four. That sounds like it'd be pretty fucking sexy. I don't know about you guys. I want to see that. Hopefully, maybe we could do that at the pay-per-view. Maybe we could do Sammy and Shawn coming up next. Oh, God, I'm getting excited. Maybe we could do Sammy and Shawn next week. and then a 4-way at the pay-per-view. That would be sick. And we could do another tag team matches with the 4 of them until then. I like this. I like this. It's cool. This is what happens when you build stories, whether the game recognizes it or not. And then the ratings are shit because the fans don't know real wrestling. Anyway, Matt Riddle calling out Balor, +4 promo points, whatever. And we got to simulate the main event. I thought we were going to watch this. I forgot we just watched the fucking match. I'm an idiot. AJ Styles taking on Bobby Lashley in Bobby Lashley's in-ring debut, running from Luke Gallows. Does Bobby win his debut on SmackDown? And he doesn't. I don't like that. I don't like that Bobby Lashley lost. I think that's silly. You know what? We'll say that he won by DQ. I'm going to call an audible here. We're going to retcon this win and call it a DQ win. I mean, I could have just fucking... I mean, you can't play the match with a run-in, but... We're going to call it a DQ win for AJ because AJ beating Bobby's first night in makes no fucking sense. And Luke Gallows is right there anyway. So we're going to call it a DQ win. Monday Night Raw, we don't give a fuck about you, Elias and... What the fuck even is this? They didn't book any of their promos. Plus, they're in the Thunderdome. We're not watching this shit. They have an interesting show. Logan Paul and Ricochet, I feel like, have had a million matches. Plus, that's realistic. They're having a match in real life today. They signed Omos, and what is he? The tag team champion? I guess? Gunter and... Wait. Oh, yeah, they have Gunter. I'm thinking, why do they have Gunter? But Gunter's in universe mode. I'm crossing my streams here. Vince McMahon versus Elias? What the fuck is this show come to? Oh, we did really well this week. We did really well this week. Our mid-card match, Whitney Quaid and Cora Jade, no one gave a shit about, which is fine. We did well. We did well on the opener, our second mid-card, and our main event. That's good. I like that. I was not expecting a big show. Looking at our show on pay-per-view, I was not super, enthused. 42,000 new fans. $54,000, up to almost $400,000. Anything interesting in the show notes? I don't think so. Did you guys see Luke Gallows jump Styles? Totally uncalled for. So, see, the fans recognize it. All right. Cool. 30,000 new fans for Raw. Interesting. And then for NXT, they did about 35. So, wow, we gained the most amount of fans. We're not winning by any stretch, but we did have a really good week. That's a win in my book. That's a win in my book. We finally got one over on Raw and NXT. We're not winning, but again, that was still I count that as a win. We're down by a significant amount because NXT and specifically Raw have a lot. I mean, they're actually not that far from each other, specifically, but we're not doing great, but I thought that was a good week though, so I can't complain too much. And that was a show we didn't even have Orton on the show for. Seattle, Washington, by the way. That's where we're going to be for our next show. Roxanne Perez says, I guess the joke's on me. Here I thought we were all working together to beat NXT, but after seeing you show up to interfere in my match, I guess I was wrong. Guess what? Get over it. Bayley says, hey, I appreciate you carrying through on your promise. Glad you're giving me the kind of respect I deserve. One steel cage match this week. I don't know. What's... Add 4 weeks to a free agent or Legends contract duration. By the way, how long do we have Sean? 4 weeks remaining. We might have to book a steel cage match tonight. I wasn't planning on it, but if that's the reward, we might have to. All right. So let's do... This is going to be a nice show. I'm bummed we're not going to be able to do this today. We'll do Sammy and Sean tonight. We will do that. Let's see. Sammy. We'll have him come out first. For the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe we'll have someone interfere, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. Tonight's the night, right? I think Bianca's cleared. She is. Matt Riddle's cleared too, right? Wesley is not. He's injured for another 2 weeks. Let's see. Yeah, Balor's cleared too, baby. Fuck. We might have to stack tonight's show, man. We might have to stack this show. Man, what do we do first? I think we do Brock and LA Knight because they have a new feud. So let's. I like Rhea and Bianca starting off because that's like Bianca's debut. I like that. Call out Roxanne Perez. Not happy with Bayley. All right, we'll do that this week. Yeah, I think we're going to have to stack this show. Brock and LA Knight. Yeah. Or do we do Riddle and Balor this week? Or do we have Riddle face someone else and Balor gets involved? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking that. These two matches make sense because, you know, we set them up last week. Balor makes a big return, and he attacks Riddle, and then we do... I mean, we'll probably do that. I know we're not going to have a super stack show like I thought. Maybe not Bobby. Bobby's going to call out Randy Orton, I'm thinking. Because he wants the next shot of the championship. I like that. Let's see. So if Riddle's going to have a match tonight... Probably against Chad Gable, I would think, right? Fuck, we forgot to turn Luke Gallows. I keep forgetting to turn him. Fuck, we should probably do that tonight. Boop. So we'll do that. By the way, we will have interference, and it's going to be Ilya. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why did they even fucking think of that? That makes perfect sense because Ilya was the one who pinned Shawn, so he's going to interfere in the match. Maybe cost one of them the match. Whoever loses, he costs them the match. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We won't watch the match, unfortunately, because we have interference, but I kind of want him to interfere because that makes sense. We'll watch one of these. I kind of want LA Knight to beat Brock, so I feel like if we watch that match, he won't. We'll watch Bianca and Rhea. That sounds like it'll be a really good match. All right, so what are we doing here? Matt Riddle and probably Otis wants a win. And we'll do Otis. I was thinking Chad would be the better match. But Otis needs a match because he wants to win or whatever, so we'll give him a match. Interference, Finn Balor. Damn, we got a nice show though. I really like this show. Rhea Ripley. Actually, let's change these two. I like this. No, actually, I like this. 2 stack matches, filler before the main event. Okay, I like that. But here's going to be our show for next week. Rhea Ripley taking on the debuting Bianca Belair. And Rhea just fell short against... Roxanne Perez at the pay-per-view. She's looking for what's next. I don't want Rhea to be like a stepping stone opponent for... Charlotte, or for Bianca to beat Rhea, and then she goes on to face Charlotte. I don't want to do that. I was thinking that for a second, but Charlotte probably getting involved in this feud and doing a 3-way just makes the most sense, I think. We'll probably just end up doing that. But we'll have Roxanne call out Bayley for what happened last week. We'll do this match. Bianca makes her in-ring debut on SmackDown against Rhea Ripley. Brock Lesnar and LA Knight finally go one-on-one. The match both men wanted. Luke Gallows heel turn, even though he's been heel for a couple of weeks now. Matt Riddle taking on Otis with a run-in from the returning Finn Balor. Bobby Lashley calls out the Universal Champion Randy Orton. And Sami Zayn looks to get back the Intercontinental Championship in a steel cage match with Shawn Michaels. With a run-in from Ilya Dragunov. I like it, folks. I like it. That's all good. Looking at the free agents real quick. Sheamus, permanent. Braun Breaker, permanent. Michin, permanent. Liv Morgan's really cheap, but we have a lot of women and, we don't have enough slots currently. I would sign Liv. I'm thinking, do I sign Liv and put her in a feud with Charlotte? I like that. We could have a lot of women's feuds at one time. I kind of like that. It's only 5 weeks. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I would say I would wait until next week to sign her, but I don't know if she'll be here next week. I don't think she will be. Cedric's here, JD McDonough, Raquel. 22,000 for Aaliyah, like who cares? Kaden Carter, Gigi Dolan. Really cheap. She's really cheap. She has 45 popularity. She has 54. I mean, it's higher. I mean, it's not that much more money, though. You know, I'm thinking we'll sign Liv. I mean, I know I'm, like, Tony Khanning it right now, but... I'm just thinking, like... Because Charlotte's going to be with them, though, I think. Like, why would Charlotte demand a rematch for the championship and then just not get it? I just don't think that makes sense. Right? I mean, I don't know. Who do we have for the heels anyway? We have Bayley, Rhea, and Charlotte. We have Bianca, Roxanne, and Cora for the baby faces. But Cora's kind of at the bottom right now. And Whitney's a heel too. So what does our women's division look like? We have Rhea, Bayley, Charlotte, Whitney. You know what? Fuck it. I'll sign Liv. Because we have Roxanne, Bianca, Cora, and that's it. To kind of go 8 women on our show... I mean, she's not around forever. We'll sign Liv. She's super cheap. Liv's great though. Don't get me wrong. That's not a knock on her. But we'll sign Liv and we'll bring her in next week. I think she's not much money. We can have her feud with Charlotte in the meantime. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I want to continue. We'll probably continue Roxanne and Bayley. And then maybe Charlotte can get a rematch for the championship afterward because she's pissed about that because she's not done with Roxanne yet. I don't know. Maybe Charlotte can only have a TV feud with Liv. Maybe it's a one match. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Liv's cheap, though, so we'll see what she's asking for when we re-sign her. And then we will use the power. I have to make sure next week that this goes through. No, to the moon, but one sec. Limited stock, select an opposing brand, double the price of their power cards, okay. Oops, shit. One randomly booked last man standing match will receive a higher rating than normal. Times 2 advertising, okay. We'll use To the Moon, and we're going to use that on L.A. Knight. Let's see. I'm just making sure I'm looking at the popularity here. Yep, we're going to use it on L.A. Knight. Cool. Alright, we used all our power cards. It's good. Cool. So this is going to be our show for next week. I was not excited for last week's show. I didn't think it'd be a strong show. It ended up being quite a good show, especially that tornado tag that we watched. And we got another significant show on tap with these 1, 2, and 3 matches. And Balor's back as well. We signed Balor's on his way back from injury. We signed Liv Morgan. New Universal title program. Luke Gallows is there as well. Bayley and Roxanne continuing their feud over the championship. Roxanne back in chase mode. A lot of stuff going on. I'm looking forward to this match. We're not going to watch it because I fear for LA Knight's life. But we'll simulate it. And we'll watch this match. We'll watch Bianca's in-ring debut on SmackDown against Rhea Ripley. Thank you guys for checking out all my episodes of #GSM4GM here in, whether it just be this episode, all of Season 2, the entire thing. I appreciate it. Be sure to check out all my other WWE 2K23 gameplay videos, whether that be, again, MyGM. It could be Universe Mode, which we're also doing right now on Fridays currently. New episode went up 3 days ago. Check that out. And other just random gameplay videos. So just be sure to subscribe. Check out that playlist down below in the description box. Have an awesome one, guys. I'm Graham GSM Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.